This week in EDAV was a little bit different. It had a combination of videos slash interviews. It also had some articles, and then we had 2 tech assignments. And to be honest, I would say this was probably my favorite week just because it had a little bit of everything, rather than just having strictly articles or strictly videos. It was interesting to be able to do the assignments and to learn, how to make a survey or how to do a timeline for something that I could possibly do in my future. So for the first one was a survey, and I chose to do mine on science, which I thought would be a fairly easy topic and everyone's familiar with science. So I kind of just pretended that it was referring to like a college class, and for my survey I did 15 different questions, and for example, when I asked like what is everyone's area, like favorite area of study, so I chose like the human body, such as anatomy, there was chemistry, astronomy, biology, just to kind of see what everybody was interested in. And then I also had one like describe in 2 to 3 sentences what you enjoyed about this class, kind of get more of a free response and see what people had to say. So overall, I just think the survey was interesting, and it could potentially be useful in the future or for a career, a project that I might have to do. And then also, for my timeline, I chose to do the Revolutionary War, which was kind of cool. I touched on like the main points of the time period and just kind of like brushed up on my history. So that was interesting because I wasn't super familiar with all the small little details that happened during that time period, but I was able to learn due to this technology assignment. So I really enjoyed that one as well. And it was fairly easy. It didn't take very long. You just had to include the date and just a brief little description of what happened during that time, and you were pretty much done. And then also for the article, How to Teach Computational Thinking, I thought it was interesting, and according to most of the articles I read, it's very crucial to teach computational thinking in the classrooms. And it would be defined as intellectual core is about formulating things with enough clarity and a systematic enough way that one can tell a computer to do it. So in other words, it's kind of described as computer science. So I thought that was super interesting because growing up, I wasn't very familiar with this term or really even taught it. So it's cool to see how it's coming into today's classrooms. And then also for the video interview with Jeanette, I thought it was interesting how she related the computational thinking like back to everyday life. And she used a cooking example and said how you break it into smaller pieces to give you the answer to the big problem. So I thought that was interesting as well. But overall, this was probably one of my favorite weeks, and I definitely enjoyed it.